Good girl, Morella. You did good.
Okay, and we are live. Hello everybody, good evening. My name is Dangeruese, and we are continuing our playthrough of Baldur's Gate. Apologies for the delay. I know I said I would start streaming at 7, but I just got done updating on my socials that I'm going live. So that took a bit. But I'm caught up now, so let's get started. As soon as I remember how to navigate my computer. Okay. And which of these was my streaming playthrough? Hmm. This is a slight issue. I don't remember which one of these I was streaming. 16 hours. 9 hours. I'm gonna assume it's the 9 hours. Campsite. I don't remember anymore. I guess we'll just go with it. I want to say this is the right game load, because I had another save game for just my personal time. It's alive! I was about to start questioning. What was that? Okay, whatever, I don't know. Quick remind of how to navigate my controls here. I want to talk to the puppy.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
He's the puppy. Must always pet the puppy. If you're in the chat, please let me know and keep me updated on if I need to adjust any audio settings. I'm sorry, my speech is not great today. I have a tired brain. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. I got plenty of sleep. Guess that's the life of chronic fatigue. What am I doing? I just ran in a circle. Okay. I'll get this eventually. We'll be okay. Why is everyone still in their jammies? Well, she's at least in her jammies. I have questions.
Eager for battle.
Why is it not showing your shirt? Is that just how it is? It's a shirt, but it's just a bra. I'm confused. Apparently we broke the shirt. I don't know how, but I broke a shirt. That actually does sound about my luck. I don't know how, but typically I manage to find a way to do anything that would typically not seem possible. In this case, breaking a shirt. Anyone else running around in their PJs?
The pride of the gate.
You're also in your PJs. Why is everybody only in their PJs?
No one stopped me yet.
I guess everybody's clothes are just broken. Somehow. For some reason. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. So I guess we'll just carry on. Where did I leave off? What did I do last? Did I already save the grove? I think I saved the grove. I'm going to assume since no one is here. Oh, you're still here.
Poetry is torture. Your master's quite clever, Astarion. Don't you agree?
You and I have very different definitions of clever.
You waste no time pursuing your quarry, Astarion. Tell me, do you always woo your lovers with such patient attention?
I rather thought I was a little slow this time. Usually they're begging me to drain them on the first night.
Why is this a conversation? That was private time. Why are we talking about our private time with our companions? That destroys the whole point of it being private. I don't know why I looted you when you're empty. You have nothing to loot.
Why have you not tried to lay with me, Astarion? It is in your nature to have tried. You have not.
No,
Did I miss a turn?
and you're so charming and alluring. It's baffling, really. I guess it shall have to remain a mystery, now and forevermore.
Nope.
I can't quite believe you've been a pickup artist all these years, Astarion. Most of the things you say still sound like you're in a 2-copper paperback, read by little girls.
I sound like a charming rake, you mean? The hero everyone fawns over. Well,
That's curious.
if the doublet fits.
A glass goblet?
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
What should I give you? Beep, 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 beep. If I remember right, this outfit was horrid looking, so I'll give you that.
Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite... The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was, too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Okay, Anders. Can we make this jump?
Watch yourself, my friend. I don't know if our pale rogue has anything good in his heart, or even a scrap of it left for you.
What? I didn't catch that.
Excuse me.
Ha.
That's just me. We're all adults here.
Your heart's as cold as ice, Astarion. I'm just making sure no one slips and gets hurt.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
Hyena?
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. She'd eaten, feasted, and yet, looking into her eyes, you can see it wasn't enough. She's still hungry.
Come, see! My flesh becomes new flesh!
You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones, and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Gnolls, vicious, monstrous humanoids can spawn from the corpses of dying hyenas.
No! Come closer! Feed the new flesh!
Bones snap as the hyena is hollowed from the inside out, forming a vessel for something new. Her belly splits like a rotten fruit, birthing a frenzy of claws and fangs.
Isn't that just a werewolf? Or is it called a gnoll because it was initially a hyena, not a wolf? Is that the difference?
Battle favors the fearless. Two steps at a time.
That hyena's making a break for it. Moving.
No, you're not moving. You're just standing there. Thank you.
Where do I go from here?
Let me recite their demise.
Are we missing one? Ah! One, two, three, four. Okay.
Step by step.
Victory awaits. Make way.
Ah, I didn't even notice that one. Oops.
Let's play.
There we go.
Overrun with gnolls.
Vile beast. Nothing good is born from a corpse.
Let's not stand around. The smell spilled blood a mile away.
Why did I just pick up bloated hyena? I don't want that in my inventory. Intestines.
Shadowheart. Such a grim name for such a beautiful flower.
Ugh.
Could you not stare so blatantly in my neck when you say that, please?
Oh, but do keep calling her Flower. She'll love that.
Sausages. One note, two notes. Fine. I don't know if that's another kind of alcohol or however you even pronounce that. Half-eaten apple. Oh, it is a pumpkin. Carnival squash. Rotten food, rotten food, rotten food. Carnival squash. Pumpkin, cabbage, carrot. Apple. Another apple. More apples.
Let's have a look.
More alcohol.
Doctor's path.
Bye.
Time to strike.
Hmm.
Really? How do you miss both times? Come on. I don't think you're gonna reach that. No, you're not. No target, really? He's right there.
Another fight. Let's go.
What was that? Jeez. Loud bird. Oh, hi Karlak.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you, her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. I'm finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you. You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit.
You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh,
Nah.
thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
She's, perhaps a little rough around the edges.
And Gale's invisible.
But I suppose I can be smooth enough for two.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Whew. I'm getting all het up. Let's make tracks.
Blood. This whole plain reeks of it.
That'll wake you up of a fine day, won't it?
I do not need awakening. My senses are sharp as steel.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
What's that supposed to mean?
The truth will out before you know it. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
That's curious.
sparklies. Black and summer green dye? Interesting.
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of Avernus. It's incredible.
All right, just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
Give me just a second, I'm just gonna try doing something really quick. There it is. B. Can I have both of these down here at the same time, or is it gonna mess up my computer if I try that? Okay, well apparently that's not gonna work. Okay, now I can actually see, just in case. Okay, to be continued. So my controller loads, there we go. Hi, welcome to the chat. My name is Dangeruese. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. We are playing Baldur's Gate 3. Pile of bones. Shocker, just a bone.
Fight, that's for sure.
Only thing you give a dragon is bad gas.
Not getting in that way. Okay, I'll go around.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go
Anders.
home.
You're in the wrong game, Anders. You're supposed to be in Dragon Age.
Zariel? Certainly not. We serve Tyr. Lord of Justice, and no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our gods, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you. Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison.
Did he just call me
I'm
garbage?
free now.
Excuse us.
I'm never going back.
I can't see through the roof. That's too far.
Feel their anguish.
I can't see the buildings in my way.
On the way.
Bye.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
He called us garbage. It is worth the cost. Well, that didn't do anything, practically.
Mistra Rill.
Talk to me.
Not enough movement for a firebolt, really.
Heading there.
Must get up!
What do you mean the path is interrupted? He's right there. Oh, I see. The other two are in the way.
You bow or you break.
No escape.
I found my mark.
Victory is
Really?
assured. Swiftly now.
What should I do?
go. Yes, mate.
And then the other chick's all the way on the other side of the building. And on top of it. You're gonna make me go outside and then climb on top of the roof? Oh, are you gonna save me the trouble? How considerate. And now she's invisible.
Within reach.
There you are.
No holding back. Today you fall.
Sorry, Astarion. I didn't mean to yeet you
Is this
too.
your first time on the Sword Coast, Lae'zel?
Yes. It's much more.
Little help here,
than the
someone?
Yankee slates led me to believe.
Just wait till you see Baldur's Gate. You'll never want to leave.
Great. Now can someone help me off the floor?
My energy wanes. Time to rest.
What even happened? I didn't think I was that low on health.
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash. That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
Okay, she's gonna tear the place apart now. By starting with beating up a ladder.
Fuck you! I'm never going back.
Fast. I must heal.
Take you.
Just right, Thariel! Come
Take you. Take you. Take you.
That ought to do it.
Take you. Take you.
Best get going.
Hey, where are you going? Why are you up against the wall?
Hello,
don't suppose you've any clue where we are in relation to Waterdeep.
From this distance between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, I'd say a long way away.
Ah. That will make getting word to my mother rather tricky.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Like you're on fire, literally.
Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. Who knows? Maybe I can run like this indefinitely, but maybe not.
Very reassuring.
Thanking you. A tune-up would give this rust box of mine a new lease of life.
The rot of death. Delightful.
Potato, garlic. I'm just gonna put that back. It's not highlighted, so it's probably useless. Ingots. No lever. Well then. Lock picking impossible? Really? You would think that means there's a lever somewhere. Whatevs, I guess.
For a smooth talker, but I admit, Astarion, you're pretty slick.
And you're rather the opposite of slick. Do you have a point?
I was just being nuts.
Step one of starting a conversation, think before you speak.
Never was my strong suit.
I'm sensing tension. finding a lot of apples in this area. Ooh, a sell coin. Wait, what was that? Cheese. I just wanted my cheese. Toby!
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me
Really?
up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target. Nah, it'll be fine. Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Toby!
Well, it's not the kind of thing I'd like to squander, see?
He's the
A soul
kitty.
coin is a precious thing.
Stay off
Better
my
used
table.
to fight evil than show off.
Hey,
But
there's
trust me,
nothing for you. Oh,
next time we're facing something nasty,
you want the
I'll be
catnip
all
mouse.
over him.
There.
Something over there.
I'm way too big.
He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty. Ooh, I can turn into a raven? Nice!
So, Will with a Y. Why?
I can be
Why?
a cat
That's
and a
right.
bird.
But why?
Why?
Whee!
A great uncle to name, my father said. But I just figured he
A
couldn't
tight
spell.
fit for even the smallest of creatures, let alone you.
I'm satisfied. Little kitty.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
I'm a kitty.
Be wary. This place is trapped. Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Stretch. Kitty stretches.
Be wary. This place is trapped. Watch how you go. There's a trap.
That's a big chair. So many containers. Am I supposed to break it? Like, it's not giving me any other option here. Well, this is a problem. Morella. Now. You better not be doing what I think you're doing. How do I open this door? It won't let me lockpick it.
A hero at heart.
What now?
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
I'm so confused.
At the ready.
This would have been a convenient time for Gale to have an unlocking spell.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
My character just stuck in there forever. Resistances: slashing, piercing, necrotic, fire, psychic, poison, radiant, force. Only a hit that deals at least 22 damage can damage it. 22 damage. Does that really leave me with anything?
One with the weave.
"22 damage. That's off the list of things that'll leave an affected. 2 to 16. One to 10. 3 to 22. That wasn't enough.
Blacketh's will be done.
5 to 10. 5 to 10. 1 to 4. 1 to 10. Oy.
Watch your back.
Sharp as ever.
Hey, good looking. Damn, it's good to be alive.
Wild Heart, Berserker, Wild Magic. Go with Wild Magic. $16 to $37. Hey! I'm free!
At least things have stayed interesting.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back and regroup the group. Yay! I'm unstuck!
Bodies everywhere. Accident or sabotage? That might be worth a look.
gonna have to go sell some stuff. My inventory is getting full, if it is not already. Do you need a magical item again already?
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon. Thank you.
Stretch. Oh, big stretch.
Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy, who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it, much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself, the Lady of Mysteries, the goddess Mistra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse, and later even my lover.
Toby, what are you looking at?
Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body,
Boop.
mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more.
He's so sleepy.
See, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can
He's
become,
a sleepy kitty.
we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mistra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
Ow, close.
I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. But she only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead.
Toby, sometimes your actions are so human-like.
Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. Until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
So your grand plan was akin to emptying a cup of water in the sea. Brilliant.
The answer was to try. And the outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
Moving a bit quick here, aren't we?
Quiver.
Bit too forward for my liking.
Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
You thrice-damned rotten bastard! You've been the greatest threat to our lives all this time!
I swear to you I wasn't. But I've no choice but to admit I am now. Perhaps it would be best if I leave and put as much distance between us as I can before the orb erupts. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I'd never let that happen, so I'd aim for a swift end. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could. Till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a mind-flared colony so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice.
you'd even consider letting him stay. We must be rid of this menace.
Come on. We all have our secrets. And our risks. If Gale leaves, we might as well disband completely.
Only those two have opinions? No one else? There's like 7 to 8 people in this party. Come on.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
No pressure.
It'll take a while for us all to recover. Of course.
Do away with these ingots, because they're probably taking up the majority of my inventory now. Malachite, agate, potion of mind reading, potion of speed. I now know I need to collect soul coins and keep them for Karlach. If I had known that sooner, I would have continued collecting them earlier instead of selling them. Water's not even a camp item, really? It's water. You should drink it. Why would it not be useful in camp? I'm so confused. Are we only allowed to drink alcohol in this game? Red dye, sea green dye, yellow dye, pale green dye, pale orange dye, dye remover, green dye, blue dye. He's got lots of dyes. Speaking of dyes, didn't I pick some up earlier? Muddy red dye, black and summer green dye, there it is. I don't care for green. At least not when it comes to terms of wearing it. Claws. Thank you. What's that? Acorn truffle. Ah.
May you keep back.
I think I'm good on everything as far as health potions and toolkits for now.
Making me sweat.
You take that. Oof.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Oh.
It'll take a while for... Of course.
Yeah, I should probably give that to Shadowheart.
May you keep...
Not my door. Wrong door.
guess.
Assume nothing.
Can't afford to stay idle.
No one back home will ever believe this.
It'll take a while for us. Of course. May you keep...
Okay. Beep, 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 beep. What's that? Ah.
That old potion. What can it do once it's extracted?
Nothing good can come of it unless it is contained. Why?
It might be useful. Who knows?
Did we beat this lady already, or... No? Okay.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young lady. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door, but I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again. Keep that hole under your nose shut, or things will get messy.
That hag doesn't tell us what to do.
What is it? What's going on? That can't be true. Auntie Ethel.
They were being rude, and I detest rudeness.
You monster! The deal is off!
Enough, away with you. Blessed silence at last. Some time in the cage should do her good. And you'll regret sticking your nose in my business.
over here.
No holding back.
How am I supposed to hit what I can't see?
Making my move.
Never a dull moment.
What fools these mortals be.
I'm ready.
Enjoy playing with your new friends. Bye-bye.
Hag can't have gone far.
Provokes attack opportunity from who? They're way over there.
Yes. On the victor's path.
Survival is all that matters. You've made a grave mistake.
Gone with the weave.
Fuck yes.
Boom!
Down with you. Time to strike.
Bye-bye.
The blade will not bend.
Need to stay focused.
Really? They're way over here.
There's blood in the air.
On my word.
This might take a while. Well, that was a big jump, wasn't it?
Can you feel
death's cold grip.
I ain't wasting moves on going to them.
Shall we dance?
Ready.
This is my time.
Bye.
Well, so much for peace.
A rough tempest I will raise.
Let's cook with fire, baby. Poor fucker.
We'll take a rest and recharge all our spells.
What can I do you for? The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash, politician, inventor. One of these wheeler dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job, a good job, with people I liked, doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Oh, to feel so invincible again. Gives me energy, power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. Agonizing. God's what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat, anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Ah well, can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least. Soldier? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right? Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? Lucky you. Sometimes I think I'd be better off indulging in a bit of light oblivion. Well, we may as well make some good memories mixed in with the body horror, huh? Yeah? Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devil slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elterans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know. I was. He mentioned Dark Justiciars, and we've come across other signs of a Sharan presence during our travels. I'm not sure I can dismiss that as a coincidence.
Oh yeah, I forgot Halsin's in my camp.
Speak.
Oakfather's blessings to you. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise. But the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better. Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
Aradin was convinced there was a hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. I'd start there.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books. That I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful. You wish to speak?
Well met.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
How you gonna get there quick enough? Puppy!
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Gales had this devastating all within himself the entire time, and only just mentioned it. Who'd keep a secret like that from his friends? You can't trust anyone these days.
You're one to talk.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Nice entries.
Well,
You've been naughty, and you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Well, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart. The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget,
our pact still stands.
Ta-ta.
Well then.
Come here, boy.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was. We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
I hope Mazora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Will. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little dashing.
Ooh. How did you get up there? I didn't know you could come up here. Interesting. And now I can't get down. There we go. Yay! I already got stuck once. I don't want to get stuck again so soon.
The Blade of Frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The blade's sting is real.
Okay.
You wish to speak?
I can't help feeling Will got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
God's damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mazora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
Let him off easy. I don't know if I'd call that easy. Imagine the searing, agonizing pain of growing horns from your head that were originally not there. I get a lot of headaches that make me feel like my skull is cracking, but growing horns, I imagine, is closer to that.
All these years. You'd think it's a lesson I'd have well learned. It's Mazora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mazora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mazora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word. Well met. It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see? It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again. A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to. There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads. We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet. Well met.
Puppy.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Are you beating up a plant? Why does the plant look like Cthulhu?
A line with a fork and 1, 2, 3 dots. Bloody infernal. How was anyone meant to read this garbage? What are you doing? Wait, I'm sorry. You caught me by surprise, that's all. I've been tracing the scars on my back with my fingers, trying to read them by touch. But I can't. They may as well be written in Rashini. This isn't your problem, you know. No, wait. Here.
The jagged script is definitely infernal, the language of the hells, but you can't make out its meaning.
And? What can you see?
The second option. There once was a cleric of God who was cursed with a very small wand. Why?
What in the hells? What did he do to me? I have absolutely no idea. But it's no poem. 2 centuries carrying this. And I can finally see it. I'm sure. But what will it say? Thank you, by the way. This is... well, it's something. Will we? How sweet.
What time is it? How long have we been at this? About 2 hours? Two hours and 37 minutes. Okay. That's not bad. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it there for the night. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. We will continue this on another date. I have a goal set to beat this game eventually, and Dragon Age Inquisition, because I still have yet to actually beat a playthrough of that too. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube and some of the socials. Just look up my username, Dangeruese. It's the same on all of them except for the numbers. I hope everyone has a decent evening. I know times are getting really scary right now, and they're just gonna keep getting scarier. All I can think is the best we can do is be here for one another. And just wait it out for the next few years. And hope for the best eventually. But until then, let's, I guess, just try to be here for one another as much as possible. Because no one should have to feel alone in these dire times. Anyway, have a good night, everybody, and I hope I see you next time in the next video.